How's it going, everybody? The Selling Joker is back, and it's time to talk about a very particular gadget that I like, and I'll be using Power Vehicle for this, but that won't matter too much because the whole point of this is to showcase it with the lowest handling possible, or one of the lowest handling stats possible. Obviously, you can probably get lower, but that's besides the point. Anyways, one gadget we'll be talking about today. Obviously, from the title and thumbnail, you probably understand it is Counter Quick Charge today. Counter Quick Charge is a gadget that is going to be, I believe, extremely good in Legend Comp Round 5, and it probably will get paired a lot with Acceleration Character Kit, or maybe even like Boost Character Kit, some of these other things. Now, the big thing that I want to talk about with this right away is the 3-slot value hindrance. Because it's 3 slots of value, let's say your favorite build with Excel Character Kit is like Quick Charge 2, 3, and Dash Panel Mini. It's your tried and true build of Snake Stream, and you're trying to min-max as much uptime on the ring game boost as possible. Counter Quick Charge takes up so many slots that you can't use that, and you can't use those gadgets. But in doing so, Counter Quick Charge actually provides you with a lot of power. Like, I mean a lot. So let's go into a track that doesn't have like the craziest turns to show this off, but also a track that has a flight section. So we'll go to Apados for this. So the first thing with Counter Quick Charge that I would like to speak on is the fact that Counter Quick Charge is a gadget that gives you literally a full bar and about a quarter of boost when you use it. So let's say you're trying to snake here, right? And you're trying to squeeze out a level 3. Usually it's very hard to get this level 3 because of how tight this corridor is. But with Counter Quick Charge, you can usually get these level 3s in spots that no other gadget can. So like right here, you can get a level 3, but one of the big things you got to worry about with it is when you're using Counter Quick Charge, you can put yourself in a position where you actually mess yourself up. So you need to be very cautious when you're using this. But again, usually in situations where you can't get a level 3 super quickly, Counter Quick Charge covers you very, very well. It's probably one of the best gadgets in terms of covering for getting super quick level 3s. And even on these like straights, that usually it's hard to get level 3s consistently and you might be slamming into the wall. A good Counter Quick Charge rhythm allows you to get those level 3s, and even right here, you may hit the wall once or twice, but you can get level 3s super easily, and you get those level 2s off that you're looking for as well. Now, when you're trying to min-max your Counter Quick Charge, again, it's all about timing. This is a gadget that you have to be very proficient with, and you have to time very well. So, with this track, right, Apados is one of these tracks that has a lot of quick turns and some flight gates and things of that nature. So you can look to get your Counter Quick Charges going into those gates so you can get level 3s. And when you get those level 3s, you just hold them through the gate and you get the max uptime on those. But again, once you get the rhythm of Counter Quick Charge down, you will do really good. But again, Counter Quick Charge isn't just a single level. As you're probably noticing, I'm getting more than a level of drift boost whenever I get level 1. So I'll go to level 1, go to level 2, and it gives me about a level 2 and a third. So this is something with Counter Quick Charge that I believe not many people understand or know about, is that Counter Quick Charge gives you way more charge than people believe. It's not just 1-to-1, one level is one level of boost. It is about a 1 1/4 to 1 1/3 boost, or 1 1/4 to 1 1/3 drift levels per Counter Quick Charge. This is something that's very important. So again, with Counter Quick Charge, if you use it wrong, you'll slam into a wall like that. But if you use it correctly, you can hold these straights super cleanly and get constant level 2s, get constant level 3s, things of that nature. And it's very, very important. So let's go to another track and I'll showcase this off a little bit more. So we're on White Space, and I chose White Space specifically because White Space actually has a lot of turns that you may not be able to get a level 3 off with most of your drifts, unless you start them early like right here. But even here, I'll get a level 2, and boom, instant level 3. On the straight, 2, into a 3. And again, it's all about timing. And because Counter Quick Charge is so instantaneous, you can really mess yourself up if you're trying to get greedy with your drifts. So it's something that you have to be prepared for. But again, level 1, 2, 3, boom, instant. Level 1, 2, 3, and then you just hold it through the water gate, and now you have that level 3 throughout the whole gate. God. Now, obviously, I messed up. But that's besides the point. The point being is Counter Quick Charge opens up opportunities that you otherwise wouldn't be able to get. So again, say like on this bend, I'm not going to get a 3 until much further into it, where I get level 2s until much further. So I can chain these level 2s, I can stack these level 2s on top of one another very consistently, and I can stack everything together. If you mess up and use your counter back too early, however, you will lose that opportunity to get a massive boost to your drift charge So you have to be prepared for that, and you have to be willing to understand when the best times to use this is. But as you can tell, being able to get instant level 3s and almost get instant level 3s going into these flight and boat gates is super important, and it actually opens up a world of possibilities that other gadgets, even tech drift, can't even accomplish sometimes. And that's all because counter quick charge is able to really min-max on getting a lot of drift boost. One of the biggest things that I haven't talked about yet is when you get hit, you're actually able to pick up back to speed almost instantly with 1 or 2 quick level 1s. As you can tell, you can do instant level 1s almost. So let me park right here and get hit purposely. So I'll get hit. So you can do 2 level 1s instantaneously back to back, and it brings you up almost fully to speed, and it's something that's super important to know. Now, granted, again, as I stated earlier, one of the biggest weaknesses is flight and boat sections, but that is something that you can mitigate by having really good driving lines on ground sections and just min-maxing your level 2s, because if you can't get level 3, there's no point. Better to just go for those level 2s if you can. But again, you can get level 3s in situations that other combos really can't in LC5. It'll be much easier to get these level 3s, and you can chain these level 1 and 2s very quickly, and it makes for an insanely fast combo, genuinely. So let's talk about counter quick charge a little bit more. So counter quick charge, as you can tell from my button inputs, if you haven't seen, is drift and hold in the direction I'm drifting. So boom, and then switch, and then switch, and then let go of drift, which is very simple. And one last thing that I want to talk about with counter quick charge is the fact that counter quick charge, doing the inputs very fast, is how you get snap drifting. And so let's say we go to a track where snap drifting is applicable, like Ocean View with counter quick charge, right? So here on Ocean View, there's a few spots where counter quick charge's inputs that allow you to get snap drifting actually matters a lot more. Like right here, you could get a snap drift there. You could even, this big bend right here is one of the big ones, so you can get a level 3 going into it. Obviously, if you're drifting, you're always going to get this level 3. If you have a really good line, you don't have to snap drift, but again, you can, with counter quick charge, you're going to learn the inputs of snap drifting, so you'll start learning how to do these. Obviously, that was a terrible snap drift because snap drift is in the direction your car is facing, and because my car was facing directly into the wall, my snap drift went directly in the wall. But because you're using counter quick charge, you're going to end up snap drifting fairly often by accident sometimes if you're trying to get the inputs in too quickly. So it's something that you have to really practice and you have to get proficient with. But when you start getting good at it, once you start getting good at counter quick charge, you can use these snap drifts. Obviously, I'm still not proficient enough. But again, when you start getting really good counter quick charge, you will learn how to actually start snap drifting, and snap drifting can be very applicable. It can actually help you. Now, obviously, it's better with tech drift, but again, because the inputs are the same, it's very easy to start learning snap drifting from this. So, like, let's say you take a wide line by accident and you want to fix it, you can snap drift. Obviously, again, I failed, and I have a line already memorized for Ocean View, so snap drifting is not applicable, but you can snap drift right there if you're good enough. Obviously, again, I'm not proficient, but this is something that will teach you a lot about snap drifting. So if you ever struggle with snap drifting or you're trying to learn what snap drifting is, things of that nature, this will teach you. But yes, that was the last little thing. So the big 3 key takeaways with counter quick charge. 1, try not to get greedy. Greed with counter quick charge is the number 1 way to slam into walls and potentially even fall off and completely screw up your race. Secondly, counter quick charge gives a level and a third when you counter back. So a level 1 to about a 2 and a third, level 1, 2 and a third, or 2 and a quarter, things of that nature. And I'll do it one more time. Level 1, 2 and a half, roughly. So that is the second key takeaway, and it's something that's very important because if you're at about 1.5, you'll go to about 2 3/4, which makes you super close to a level 3. So again, a little nuance, but it is something that's very vital to understand and will make you a lot better with counter quick charge. And number 3, the third biggest thing with counter quick charge, genuinely, it teaches you the inputs for snap drifting, and you will slowly learn how to snap drift. And once you get comfortable with snap drifting, you will be able to hit snap drifts very consistently due to counter quick charge's help. It's a little bit of a guiding light in a sense. But not only that, counter quick charge for 3 slots for this LC is probably going to be the strongest drifting gadget in the game, but it also is going to be hindered by the fact that you're sacrificing all your ring gain speed gadgets, so such as your ring generation. Since slipstreaming is your only ring generation because of say running ACK like I have up here, you're going to put yourself in a position where you have no other ring generation and you could potentially lose out because of it. So keep that in mind when you are building with counter quick charge. You are sacrificing 3 slots in order to use a very strong grounded drifting gadget, but the strengths of counter quick charge are undeniable. Let me just put it that way. You do worse in flight sections, so extended flight sections such as Magma Planet, Hidden Worlds, you want to avoid at all costs. But if you see cross worlds that have very minimal flight or very minimal water sections, go right ahead. So like Galactic Parade, Digital Circuit, for example, 2 of the best cross worlds in my opinion for counter quick charge. If you get a track such as Mystic Jungle, Donpa, or Market Street, so basically where all the tech drift maps are, where it's all the grounded maps, very, very good for counter quick charge. It's stupid good for counter quick charge. You want to go for those tracks if possible. You want to avoid tracks like Aqua Forest. Aqua Forest has extended water sections, so your counter quick charge is barely going to get any value until the very end, which could help. It could not. It really depends. I think Aqua Forest is still fine for counter quick charge. You're going to be more reliant on your secondary slot stuff, so whatever you have in your last 3 slots will help you the most to fix the weaknesses of counter quick charge. Finally, when it comes to maps, try to pick mostly grounded stuff. Try to avoid water and flight maps, especially extended water and flight maps. Those are really bad for you. Finally, what about vehicle combos? I really recommend run kind of whatever you want, but I highly recommend at least having a minimum of around 55 to 60 boost in that range. So that way you can actually get some very quick level 1s. Your level 1 charging is the most important because level 2 and 3 take a lot longer than the level 1. I think it's almost about, I don't remember what the actual numbers are. It's about half a second to a full second longer from level 1 to a level 2, 3. So being able to get those level 1s a lot faster is very important because it allows you to get all the way up to about that 2.5 drift boost charge to like 2 3/4, things of that nature. So it's very, very important that you have at least 55 to 60 boost minimum. So power vehicles will be able to take advantage of this. Handling vehicles can take some advantage of this if you're using power or boost characters. In power vehicles, primarily just run handling or boost characters. And then E-Gears run kind of whoever you want. You can run basically any character. If you're running an Excel character, drop Excel character kit for something else. So that way you can actually utilize the Excel character without sacrificing boost. If you don't really care, then go for it. But other than that, I would say avoid this with combos such as speed and Excel vehicle combos. They have very low boost naturally. If you're running Whisper in a speed vehicle, which I'll show this real quick. So if you want to use speed vehicles, the best case scenario is running Whisper in full Retro Future. This is probably what I would recommend if you're running a counter quick charge setup with a speed vehicle. This is going to be the bare minimum boost that I recommend. Anything lower than this, I think is crazy, and you are really putting yourself at a disadvantage. But other than that, I don't really have any other combos. Again, I'll show you guys power character in the handling vehicle. As you can see, he hits that 55-ish boost cap. Put him on an E-Gear, hits 76, insane. If you can go in a power vehicle, he hits about 60 as well. So again, very, very strong. If you want more handling, obviously go with the handling vehicle. If you want more raw speed, go with the power vehicle. If you want something that's more balanced, go with the E-Gear. Anyways, guys, like I said, I'm going to wrap it up here. Thank you all so much for watching. Hopefully you guys learned something. If you want me to try and help you with understanding something a little bit more, maybe any more reasons why speed and acceleration vehicles are actually really bad, let me know down below. Anyways, have yourselves a great one, guys. I'll catch you guys in the next video.